Mama never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there osia dem yopo.
Honorable Mwakwaba. You have a cordial. Fantastic. Share your chair. Ghost names. Kind of Foriata.
Yeah, easy.
Nimbe be out the best at here. And sana let's start swabem.
Oh, okay. And the certificate.
Fantastic. So why a former ambassador? Sena a year Juma Interpol. I mean educators send a system no send a working. Say be I will be at the bonny woman be near per se. Send panel, your chili free sour man or what's on say baby or hide in either UK or America. You can overat a woman we have a Kasani and Tonka.
Thank you, Mugabe. Let say, Yenina, Yenim the echo. Na Mamika Bibi Kakrawo, ECG4 Adiana Ukayeno. In fact, ECG4 they are taking the pace. Meter no minim, dear Baumiade Bayeno. And what me ma on the bill pay. It's supposed to be prepaid. It is a prepaid it is a medica also. Just a mean to mean tall lighter. I was semi light nico off. Now Mugabe min can dada. Me tall light na. It doesn't show on the app.
Is a company needing is a Huptel.
Huptel.
Is it Huptel, right?
Huptel.
Fantastic. I'm moving.
I mean maybe I'm moving by Matisse Buamuadia.
And yeah, that's what power.
Aye.
And yeah, twice a year. To say about the two about no more issue state ECG phone or issue statement. Yen talk in SS.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah, me kai pa.
I just about me I could tell you and I said I will benefit.
I almost say and a honor me problem this start here.
So I will not be surprised say woman the
almost say omu software update. Inti yen talk for a month supply. Inti me de bear 4,000 CDs ekogu madie no so.
40 million.
Me catch you. It didn't show. Amba app no so. It me feel say software update na enye Ghana nka. Minim say software update the whole system shuts down. In any case, me go so. And from there no app no doesn't work. Every week I make it a point say at least me the 1,000 ebe so. Me the go so Mugabe it does not read. Credit na me the go because me say pay as you go. It say pay as you go it's a minton lighter. I shouldn't even have lights on. Now after the minya wa me app no so no say me to it won't show say makoto credit. Now to say last week na made 1,000 good so and I pay me sorry omo the negative 5,000 e wa ha say 5,926 e wa me app no so say medica. You so me light ni so. Enti sisi anu pese me hu say me meter no postpaid o say prepaid o mon kana me hu na me jai weekly na me to no serious enti sisi anu me ko light na em say 2 weeks ago the same thing happened omo ma me bill of negative 4,000 as 6,000 and I'm tuaye another negative me every week me tua me to and so the me to no it doesn't reflect. However no they have given me a bill of negative 5,900 hina neko tua sa asika no because so far as I'm concerned no I have all my receipts there and what I'm buying is not reflecting yet you are giving me a bill and I still don't understand the English of prepaid and postpaid. If it's prepaid what I buy should be what I use. I shouldn't be owing you. It's easy before you better set up because you are beginning to become very annoying and I know so say more discount or hopper I say more than 83 million billion Ghana cedis and already Omo diverting according to auditors general ECG
for me kasa me lady police team from Ajin Kutuku to one of the areas in Gan West I have the videos here. I will show everything to you. Let's give thanks to crime officer our Ajin Kutuku police station one in the team no DSP Minero ahomachi 4 a.m. na 8 fita container and saa we no quiet no lady amode twen high tension mako akese mako 100 and we ye omo investigation na embossment no ebo government of India to ECG Ghana ya private ade ne koyegu obi fie ewo be mo frɛ baby pass and garden ahomachi and police for the idea say omo minya quick ana me ball national security mpanifo amane ana me ball ora team no so amane quickly ana mo be fa car no back to baby or the near money day, or the near money free a year tema. And I spoke to John Jenapo and John so make sure say, or the near man ako a year place a year national security warehouse. These are some of the
honestly, Mugabe, what is going on is an overflow of the corrupt Nanado Bawumia government that the John Mahama government has inherited. And yet you know, very soon they are going to target us a John Mahama problem because me say every week me to light is not reflecting, but almost me bill say me deka. Me light that's one because if prepaid to my understanding if I don't have light I don't have credit my light should not be on. Wow. And see these are the issues. It doesn't make sense.
I went there myself me concern and that ana mine in the team no omo ne metrans me no omo ye dedede oho omo ne metrans omo say there be
it doesn't make sense.
Something wrong. Bills no old ones na me ko ye nyina na say 1 month no omo calculate a 20 bia metal light ni bia omo teme
ai
na just say me na omo aba fese ye no say bia 100 Ghana ne gusu a say woto a ukoto fofra ne ate ya ne Ghana no we the time bia meto bia no say meto 1000 Ghana
see that's what's happening to me
ana mine ne ko 40 someone please no mudi meter phone and am no more so meter John Jenapo make sure say meter senior obese nyina na ko phone no more sabotage system nyina fire all of them.
I agree with you John, Honorable John, you have to do something about it. The ECG meters and the software
position ya fanyo mo na still almost
Afenyo was the boss. I say there's a lot of stealing and corruption ongoing there and people are complaining. The consumers are complaining. And see, Honorable John, please, we don't want this MPP problem to be transferred onto a John Mahama problem. We should nip it in the bud as soon as possible. And ECG, I don't owe you. I buy electricity every week, so you better correct it before I start going crazy.
Thank you.
Anyway,
I'm so be steady one someone more. Fantastic. Any more mo nyina men kan na man ko na in charge of meters. It na me boni din no. Bo mo maka ho nyina obi am make sure so be na me meter ne de mo pom se mama 24 hours. What some obesesa. Yes. Maba be take details ni ade nyina about 3 weeks ago.
Yes Ebogabi, yes new meter na wo ka ho asem no kra. Yes e we sin odo ano. Yes eno de court said I ba omi ade no. Yes e copper uptel no. Yes e copper it say etwe pa nti all those ones must be removed from the system because your brands are in your sika. Nti ya ba power na nkofo ya ba power na nkofo complain say meters no very very bad now. We have to do something about it as soon as possible.
No, Haptel no, change no. Says canon, the attendance a coba with me. Montana opposition, we Montana opposition. Was a sad damn year or so, Musia, or we are a coa and uncranten and rain and you go on, Palugu Dam, a home some car when yaman answer. And the Yasabe Gigi Scout to the Amano. PDS and woman, or more enjoy. But I will my family cooking for you.
Honorable Ken. On say Eriase Waho. Eriase Sao Mugabe. Eriase Uti Eriase. I was say we papa. I was say we any papa. Na uja good legacy. Bible says that what shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? And ubina ato Ken Oforiata no. Ken Oforiata baye omo taote no as a Yale graduate. So we'll say later cry be who no Achimota school transcript are not just a 9 in chains, but somehow no he managed to get to Yale. Only God knows how he found his way there. And the results of the 9 in chains we saw from Achimota school was what we saw when he became the finance minister. You also saw how badly he handled the economy. And see Ken Oforiata say Oyari na we took wine. Special prosecutor also say Osheno, wanted man, dead or alive. He's wanted to come and answer questions on about 4 projects that he has his fingers in. And I don't see why, say if Ken Oforiata is innocent, why he should running away from the special prosecutor. The answers that the special prosecutor is looking for is with Ken Oforiata. You see, Mugabe, at a point when Ken Oforiata was seriously ill, he left his position and went to the US. I think for a liver transplant or something. We all saw him. He had swollen face and everything. Nyamincha ade otumi koje treatment in no bar back alive. But even at that point, Ken Oforiatta did not run away, even at the point where he was seriously ill and needed a new liver. Ken Oforiatta was still in the country and held on to his position as a friend is saying finance minister. And minim yaria worse, say liver transplant no occur through. On to mean back to Ghana. I mean Ghana prosecutor I believe that he's not going to keep him here forever. He needs him for investigation. And see what Betina say, Ebia, 2 days, now your interview, you give your answer. Now you can go back for your whatever treatment. Whatever treatment. And then they say Assembly Maker say he needs to come and answer. He has his reputation on the line. And his people are saying that Bakubi Amiti your friend is an Anabina, son of fat guy or say here special prosecutor or no for plane Uncle London. Now Uncle interview your friend is saying Ken Oforiatta or London, and I find that very ridiculous. Somebody who has been accused of stealing money, engaged in corruption, share $58 million now. Ken Oforiatta the share as I say National Cathedral ni muno. Wow. $58 million anka etumisi 38 million potumisi hospital Emma, like even a specialist hospital for Ken Oforiatta to be getting his treatment from Ghana instead of going to US or to the UK to go and get treatment now that he is sick. As finance minister, how many clinics or hospitals did Ken Oforiatta build? But today that Ken Oforiatta is sick, Ken Oforiatta is abroad in the US or the UK, wherever he's hiding in his rat hole, getting medical treatment. How about you and I? Bogabi, would you have money to go to the US to go and get treatment? I don't think so. And teacher said, Ken Oforiatta Bugana for Kwasia. Wasai Sikano, and no yare no. Sikana Weriano, or Debiako, and Odekwasan who yare. So these are the kind of leaders that we had under Nanadu. People are saying, Yegu Ken Oforiatta enimasi by declaring him, in fact, Yegu Ghana enimasi by declaring him wanted. What do you want to know? Yegu Ghana enimasi. It happened in Nigeria. There was a finance, I think it was a female energy minister. Or no, so Orieska, she was hiding in London. Omuko trine by Emani Bestandi trial. Say Engu AFN is saying in China, when you engage in corruption in China, the sentence is death. And to say Ken Oforiatta are engaging in corruption and stealing. How does that affect? In fact, it raises Ghana's corruption index. Say Ghana, the government of Ghana is actually fighting corruption. And Ghana hasn't disgraced anybody, or the country hasn't been disgraced because special prosecutor. Who is he? What Victor Solomon ended up in prison. He was not a finance minister, Victor Solomon. He was sick. Deputy finance. They locked Victor Solomon up in Sawam, even though he had a heart problem. The man ended up dying.
Yes.
The man died. How different is Ken Oforiatta from Victor Solomon? Anani Dino is different. He has to be treated special, and Victor Solomon is from where? He doesn't deserve any better treatment. Ken Oforiatta, you are wanted. You have to come down. And you asked about the process by which he should be brought down. I mean, the Attorney General must file the process. It has to start there. Now that he has been declared wanted, Interpol must come in. They have to file red alert and give it to the various. Say I was say Attorney General file processes. You can't just go and bring him down. And see, Interpol, they'll have to bring in Interpol.
Baby omode na ni kala ni bia ntinu se wonam land na bia wo hia no Dawson market ana say East Street market wo hia no Tottenham ana Camberwell Green ana wo hia no Lewisham wonam Manchester na ho no Liverpool Coventry Bristol baby abehu ni bia America for nso na Washington DC say Massachusetts say Boston ana say mo New York Bronx and the pattern no mo ko see o mo no mo tape New Jersey one ti ono ya no ma check sa area sidi nyina ahwe ti mo ka no fo ata wo de hwe nanim yi na mo ma ne mo no apa ni ti no na wo de ne ota de ne sa eso na baju se yi pa nti sisi no see ya no was special prosecutor no enajuma.
Yeah. And what he has to do is that he has to let the Attorney General file the processes with Interpol. Now Interpol the Bema all borders. Almost when the receiving country gets the information, then they would then give it to local police because local police can't in the country that's
America.
Local police will be the enforcers. And I mean, once they get the international alert, it will be on all borders. Or crossing border, there will be needing bemu anani for paper anani biometric popina needing poppy up pay. There will be a red alert. And I know they want to be pa border bia. But then if you want to enforce it now, the government must give it to. When you give it to the government, let's assume he's hiding in the US. So they give it to the US. They give it to the US government, and then the US government, whoever is in charge, they have to give it to find where he is. So once they find where he is, then they'll send local police. They'll give the local.
Easy to get to know them.
Oh yes, it's easy because I'm sure you must have entered an address at which he is going to stay. And see, I mean, well, the US is big, but they can still find him if they want to find him. So then the local police would go and get him and then bring him back to Ghana.
They say now we are feeling family, everyone.
Feeling it. They are feeling the heat. Power no more enjoy now more feeling heat.
Power expiring date.
Power expiring date. That's why you have to treat people nicely. That's why when people are telling you, say, we are hungry, things are not going well, you listen to them. Look, people died. People died under Ken Oforiate's. There's blood on Ken Oforiate's hands. When you take the bond holders, pensioners, omode, your friend is saying, omode omusika akoshe investment mu. Now, Ken Oforiata, you are determining, say, me first can when it matures, I'm not going to give it to you now, but I'm going to give you in the year, fairness, I'll say in 2037. 2037, some of these people have died. They didn't get their money. Some of them even needed the money to buy medication, Mugabe. They needed the money. A whole former Chief Justice, Sophia Akufu, had to go and sit down there in the sun, protesting, asking for her money, begging for her own money, because then Bonino she bought bonds with her money because she had faith in the Ghana government. Say when I invest my money in Ghana government, I am going to get my money when I need it. Ken Oforiata say on Tibida or mamu haircut, mumusika mupeno. The people who died, the bondholders who died, omu blood ewo Ken Oforiata answer. Ken Oforiata is not innocent. The MP, in fact, you know the funny thing, there are some MPP people who are even happy that he's a wanted man right now. I've seen a few posts. Almost say onunkwa nediye. Nti onunkwa nediye dia onunkwa enye he prefers the music. What you say? So even the grassroots of MPP, they felt the hardship under Ken Oforiata's rule as foreign minister. Finance minister. And they are not willing to even support Ken Oforiata for what he did, and they even blame him, say, because of his harsh policies, financial policies. That is why the MPP is now in opposition. So they are not even willing. The MPP is not even willing to support him. Ken Oforiata, you are on your own. You better come and answer the questions. And yes, the embarrassment is just, it may be too much for you. Because some people can't handle embarrassment like that. Now I share another thing Ken Oforiata the closing down of banks. Who Ken Oforiata who buy Ghanaian banks. Ken Oforiata shut down all Ghanaian banks and they car onunkwani their data bank. That is how wicked Kenuforiata is. And Nigerian banks, foreign banks, local banks, because they are in bed with the Nigerians. Because social Bedio too is married to a Nigerian. Inti maybe to say Frontier airport for COVID, Frontier company, they were a Nigerian company. So they were in bed with the Nigerians and they were doing business with the Nigerians, and so they shut down Ghanaian local banks, including Sedu Agongo's bank. Wow, maybe Banamiti no very, very sad story. Young man, I decided so he's going to leave a legacy. He's going to, build a bank that Onuko Oniwa, his name will be on it. Say Onuno, founder of this bank. Not more shenyamye Papa yeshi. Now more jini license. Mudi na ko jina court. Nation no very well. I show ni pepe. Udi edru uswa. You say because you are no foriata, you are too good to be prosecuted. Who the hell do you think you are? Who the musaka abansika abansa bekao? There's nobody above the law. Nobody is above the law. And see wakata weni na wudi sika. When a new government comes, they would make sure say you are brought to book. And I believe that is why they wanted Bawumia to continue. They didn't want the NDC to come to power because they know, say, when NDC comes to power now, all this rot will be exposed, and that's what we are saying. Can you imagine, say, NDC and power now Bawumia to Aswa? Do you think the rot that has been uncovered by the oral team and by Attorney General's office and by the special look, when MPP was in power, Nanado was in power, the special prosecutor was like a friend is a poodle. He couldn't bite, he couldn't back. Papa niye juma ufa Cecilia Dapa case no. Even before the special prosecutor started investigating Cecilia Dapa's case no, Nanado abe issue statement say, oh Cecilia, Mami Cici, don't worry, I shall vindicate. A friend is saying, I shall then vindicate you another. I will clear you. Mami can is simple.
Hello dear.
Hello dear. I will clear you. Don't worry. Emma, special prosecutor. Omochichiri nisa egunechi. I love letters. Mami Cici. What you are saying? And see, when MPP was in power, the special prosecutor was toothless. He was a toothless bulldog. He was just like there walking around, powerless. But now that they are out of power, he knows that this new government is willing to fight corruption, fight stealing, and bring people to book. It's what we say when a new form of fresh breath of life in him. Now he has some $10,000 and $100,000 classes. I don't know for no come and show us where he is.
Attorney General and special prosecutor.
Special prosecutor was like a toothless bulldog under MPP because Okoka na oyejumani wie na nanado abekle and overrides whatever he has done. And I'm happy say the special prosecutor has now found his feet under this new government and he's now about to do his work. He should do it. Whoever has stolen money, whoever has involved or engaged in corruption should be brought to book. It should be brought to book. It doesn't matter where the person is hiding. Bring them down and let them come and face the music. Look, Mugabe, I was very pivotal in campaigning for this government to come to power. And on the grounds, some of the conditions that the past was to fight against corruption, and they told us, "Mami, mukoi, mo making sure say nkofo na omwewe skano, say ye beti nkofo atumuno yenye. Usha oral ba no, Ghanaians were very happy. Say for once, a government is coming that is going to fight corruption. So Ghanaians are looking up to us." One of the major things, apart from making sure, say, the economy is reset and their lives is, things are brought back to normal. No, apart from that part of their lives, Ghanaians are also looking up to us to ensure, say, monies that were stolen, taxpayers' monies, their monies that were stolen would be retrieved. People that engaged in corruption would be punished. People that engaged in financial loss, like the National Cathedral, would be punished. Maybe if I was saying La Polyclinic si ho, enye she na mako bubula polyclinic egu say mubesi fufro 8 years down the line la polyclinic is still in rubbles. The people of La Teshi and surrounding areas are na omoji ayarisa ewola polyclinic no. Now one hospital goes down, number of beds for sick people also goes down because this government did not build any hospital. They only demolished hospitals. That's what they did. And for me, Ken Ofori-Atta has a lot to answer. And if Ken Ofori-Atta feels that he's innocent or knows he's innocent, he should stop running and calm down. He should stop running and calm down.
Shut up.
Oh, as for Afenyo, my diagnosing the dada. Afenyo is struggling. He now has like a personality crisis, a position crisis. He is struggling to be relevant because it was under Afenyo that MPP lost from 237 seats. He lost to 88 seats. Inti Afenyo the oya no or the kata neni wosu or ferry. Inti he's covering up his shame. So he's trying to be pitch, jumping from one place to the other so that the grassroots will feel that, oh, Afenyo is trying. But Afenyo to me is only covering up his shame because as majority leader, he's not a micro-minority leader. And he can't stand it. He can't stand the fact that he's micro-minority. So they have now turned into the silly minority where... Silly minority where... The micro minority has now turned into silly minority where they are engaging in violence, bad language and stuff on live TV. We show the way omububu tables, omububu microphones. Exactly. Omububu microphones ninyama live on TV now. They were just being silly. So they are now a silly minority because they feel that what they lack in numbers, they can do so with violence and with loud mouth. And no more Fatimatu or what the former information minister. Yes, you are saying the majority in parliament is quiet because omunte brofo. Madam, I don't blame you. I blame the majority. If the majority stops apologizing to the silly minority and stand up to them and don't allow the silly minority to bully them, I don't think people like you. I don't think people like you. But your friend is saying for my information is saying. Fatimatu. And I pay you Okotina. One of the TV stations say that in the majority no hina na enti brofu madam. Hina na enti we have lawyers Haruna Idris Okujeto Patoma Bidini bi Edem Agbana all the what's the name? Madam, what will say? Look, those men and women in parliament, madam, you are not even ready to polish your shoes. Exactly. This Letter Jari, trade minister, she is a lawyer. My own sister, my beautiful tourism minister, Abla, when Abla writes on her Facebook, she writes poetry. And how dare you, Haji Fatima, whatever they call you, former information minister, coming to say, sorry for my language, previously, say NDC can read and write, I see where it ended you. You see where NDC can read and write ended you. It ended you in opposition. It ended you in opposition. You are still following that stupidity, that buffoonery. You are still doing it and saying majority. In conform we omukra PhDs, omukra masters, lawyers, omukra MBAs, omuye juma omuwa parliament. What now a TV so saying that's why they are quiet. They are quiet because they are decent. They are quiet because they are not silly like your micro minority. They are quiet because shouting will not get the job done. Making sure that they have the numbers and making sure that they read what's brought to them. That is what exactly. Renowned lawyers with long years at the bar. With long years at the bar. I don't blame her. I blame the majority that has been quiet and allows Afenyo and friend Bakunu Dompre to be shouting and breaking tables. breaking tables in Parliament. I blame her. That's why she can open her buccal cavity or whatever they call it, her mouth wide, 360 degrees wide, and call our majority illiterate or whatever she wants to call them. How dare you, madam? How dare you?
And some of also Brofunti NDC with 187 majority is now in minority. Haja Fati. Oh, Haja. Oh, Obefi Hado. Oba so Obekasa fine. And so the way the Muslims are not trained to insult. And as a woman, Haja, why? What is wrong? Very well, you might have few minutes. Now, member a year and some more kind. And we say, yeah, Kasawaha, yeah, can be beer, back, yeah, and some no with evidence. Said the BOB who said some more kind, a papa and your papa. But, yana yami mama, say, in Cremosomono, oba in Niatem, oba in Kasasa. But I don't know. Once the beyond the say, so we any papa passa de na Kufado appoint wa. We nya J position of Kufado now baby I say. Because in Kofobi be one me e ka credibility or more integrity e kasa ubetimi de wonsashi jebi e de amai bi mo. And so we dey Kufado echi na spirit na foul. Some money kwa na be yes but ninyina nyameti ase video near ready I will play it na obi anso to me ehune cause ote yenuaba aye former ambassador to Czech Republic, former tourism minister, former information minister, Her Excellency lawyer Zita Benson and Her Excellency lawyer Zita Benson. I go there.
Fire, just my God brother has spoken like a typical true Ghana man. Like a typical true Ghana man. Yeah, he said it all.
Yeah, very well. It all. Oh, I like what chief of staff.
Yeah.
Saying the say when him say when your appointment with Jumome Fowl after 7 December a year 2024 elections, where you ready?
Mugabe, Tie, me and Kasawa I made a post some time back. I agree with what he's saying. I don't know why some people are still accused. Wouldn't say position there, they are no. A political position. Me say you lose the 2016 election. Now me were Prague. Yes, where
Czech Republic.
Yes, where Nanado in pet. And I me told me ticket getting me Chema. I have some dignity in me.
Yes.
Me Chema embasa keme. And I me say some kuku na nkaka ne memba.
Away bus.
And I fee ho ne your call. Ye ba fee. Wouldn't say you have lost the election. The law says, the transitional law says that as chief executives, your term ends when your whoever appointed you
authority
leaves. Mm-hmm. So why so I will take for instance the case of the SIC. Mm-hmm. That arrogant woman.
Oh.
That position is not yours. What was her name? I forgot. Something like that. Something like that, not Stella, something like that. Hamster or something like that. Hollister.
She was in Networker school. I know her.
Yes, stuck up woman. Yeah, you have been fired. You see, what Hollister didn't know was that she lost her job on the 7th, on the 9th of December. I declare President Mahama president. You know, Hollister, you lost your job. Because the terms of conditions of your job, when your appointing authority leaves, you have to collect all your kukunankaka and follow him. So if you had any dignity in you as a woman, and as a lawyer, you shouldn't have stayed there and brought upon yourself the embarrassment with which you brought yourself. And later on, I heard there were more of them. There's still some more of them. There's still some more of them. Our more train say President Besakio. Charlie, have some dignity, pack your things and leave. Because no, look, we in Tatia. you be replace you. Because our people, we were in opposition for 8 years. 8 years. You see, you people didn't even treat us nicely. And I have seen some people.
So I
have seen some people saying, John Mahama must be impeached because he's sacking workers. Hey, what didn't happen? Well, then the NC in 2017, they sacked all NDC. No, I won't say NDC. They sacked all workers who were within the last quarter of 2016 who were employed. They sacked everybody. So we are following precedents. We are following. So stop crying. You are crying too much. We have just 1 month. We are just 1 month into our 4-year term. You baby how I find a go na starting. Mo sundo do mo kasa dodo. Munsio no way, but your mammy we. Obedient way. One may okay, mammy bottle no person may advert a mammy boss. Move fancy your way you are. No say Mutomobo. Ex natural mineral water. Then cut down. Calm down. We have how many more months to go? We have like 40. 4 years, you're saying 48 in 81. We have 47 months to go. It's a very long time in opposition. We were there for 8 years. It's very long. You see, don't spoil your energy. Reserve the energy. Relax. Skana mweriano mutu mubuna mundi ni kakanka because sika it say I want taba elesa enti mutu mubu because yema boyedi mutu mubu na munu munsio na mu talking too much MPP for you are talking too much
na bi anya kese kwa
you are talking too much enti nkofo na yesi omunkot na fie no we are following precedent. You set the pace, we are following you. It happened. Our people were sent home. People who had been employed into the service were all sent home. You have blue blood running through you, whilst we have red, and vice versa. We are all Ghanaians. Do the right thing. When you set the correct precedent, even when you are not in power, things will be done right. And apart from that, Mugabe, these are people who don't even believe in the vision of John Mahama. They were making mockery of 24-hour economy. Yes. They said reset means taking you back. They said review SHS means cancelling. So if you see people don't have any dignity, like I said, you don't have any sense of shame. You don't believe in John Mahama's policies. What are you still at post for? Leave. Go and work for something that you believe in, because John Mahama's reset agenda hasn't changed. He is resetting the economy. He is going to reset Ghana. He is going to review SHS. The committee has already been set into motion, and they are going to have a look at not just SHS, our educational system. If you don't believe in John Mahama's policies, vision, dreams, leave and stop talking. And those of you who are saying you want to impeach. We have 188. Go. We are welcome. Run and get there. Some will say Interpol. And that girl, I'm coming back to her again. I recall that if there's a MP on Tibrofo, it came from them. Amase. Was Amase not MPP? Was Amase, and with all due respect to Amase, yes, my water is here. Drink some X water and calm down. Amase from Akwetia, hairdresser. She couldn't speak a word of English. She was of MPP origin. Hadia Fati, what's the name again? I've always forget. Fati or whatever you call yourself. If there are MPs who can speak English, I will give you a typical example. One was from your stock, Hadia Fati of Akwetia. With all due respect to her, she worked hard and she found her way, even though she found her way into Parliament, even though she was a hairdresser. So I kudos to her for that. But you can't come and insult people, because you have a bit of mufie. I think Mugabe, the American say, Sakeno, Joma, fish out the people who do not believe in, because you are supposed to fish them out, and if you have to move them around, I mean, if they are civil service, obviously you can't. But you have if they are in the forefront of the agenda, and you know that. With the reset agenda, these people are going to pull us back. Move them from the forefront. And you are not going to sack them because they are civil servants. So move them from the forefront, put them in the back bench. Give them a desk to sit behind and bring your people to the forefront to help John Mahama achieve his reset agenda. Otherwise, 4 years will come in no time. 4 years, it will come in the twinkle of an eye. We don't even have time for honeymoon. So these people must go, do reshuffle ASAP, move them to the backbench, bring people who believe in the reset agenda, and let them push John Mahamed's agenda forward. Now, coming to National Service Secretariat, ghost names. I mean, it's a shame. 81,000 plus names, almost 82,000 names, ghost names. Na mu jia sa na ewia de kind of do it on. I mean, I don't know what is with MPP and stealing. MPP and stealing, they are like twins. You can't they're like Siamese twins. You can't separate them. When you separate MPP and stealing, that's once the stomach will cut or the leg will cut or there'll be one. They are like, you can't, they're inseparable. MPP and stealing. She baby or magic boy. MPP and they are like Spon Haji. They go hand in hand.
Fantastic.
80 almost 82,000 names. Mugabe, do you know how much? I think they are paid like almost 800 cedis a month. So multiply 800 cedis times 82,000 names times.
Unless I do that calculation.
Times the number of months. And see the extent of the stealing. I don't know why they have not been arrested. There were 3 directors there. Nanabi, Bakubino, Mustafa Yusuf, and then my friend Gifty Owari. However, Gifty Owari's name is the only one trending. I don't know why she's the only one trending, because there were 3 of them who did the stealing. Obviously, it was teamwork, because I don't think Gifty Owari did it by herself. So, why is Gifty Owari's name alone trending? Why is Nanabi's name quiet in it? And Nanabi has the audacity to be holding press conferences and disrespecting John Mahama, when Nanabi by now should be in NIB cells telling us where he got the ghost names from. Nanabi should be arrested.
Answering questions by now.
Nanabi should be arrested. Tell us where the ghost names came from. Look, a Kenyan, he's not even Ghanaian. A Kenyan's photo was found in the list.
72 years.
A 72-year-old man was found in the list for national service. When these national service personnel, they were there, their allowance was not even coming. They were not even being paid. It was recently that we took over that, John Mama released some money and the directors were able to pay them their allowances. Yet you had these greedy young people, greedy 3 directors, Nanabi, Gifty Owari, and Yusuf Mustafa, collecting
corrupt sports minister,
collecting 81,000 salaries of our taxes. Of course, a month.
The average is 648,000 a month.
So imagine how much they were making.
Yes, if you go by 12, they are talking about.
Meanwhile, Nana, what's his name? Baumia came and told us that with his digitization, he has been able to get rid of ghost names. So you see, when we told you that Baumia is a liar, you didn't believe us.
The ghosts were being transferred to the National Service Authority.
Exactly. And look, I entreat every CEO to do this kind of audit, head count, because for all you know, it is not just the national service that we have ghosts collecting salaries.
Only one is
yes.
So what about others?
And you see, they piled a lot of taxes on us because they said we could not raise revenue for government. And we even went to IMF before because we were unable to raise revenue for government. Yet we had a leakage of revenue. 3 people were stealing every month. They were stealing about 700,000 Ghana cedis from the taxpayers. Yes. So they did not respect anybody because the money was coming nyafu into their pockets. Omumbushe. And they were flaunting it. And I can also tell you for a fact that MPP members are rooting that these 3 should be arrested. So those in charge, if you don't arrest these 3 and declare them wanted, most of them have run away. They've gone abroad. They are in the US, they are in the UK. If you don't declare them wanted and arrest them to come and prove, show us where the money is, eventually they will even come and maybe when water goes under the bridge, these people, they have no shame. They will come and say that, oh, Ayasama MP NDC to almost an enyampa.
Very well.
And even come and deny it. So I say prekonam yedin. You have the evidence that these people have stolen 81,000 salaries, ghost names. They have stolen monies belonging to the states. This is the time to arrest them. Put Nana B, go and get Nana B. Now Mike no TH. Mike no TH or the to be to I na yen fa nko sheb.
Very well.
No,
Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase. Now so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.